Hello, friends and followers. As promised, I have the short video of the disparities with indigenous populations and healthcare. So, on this, I will try to be fairly brief, and then later on, I'll make more videos with more in depth on on these topic points. All right. The systematic exclusion of indigenous voices from healthcare governance has led to a global life expectancy gap of up to 20 years. This was written by the World Health Organization in 2025. In the United States specifically, American Indian and Alaska Native adults report the highest frequency of discrimination in healthcare settings compared to all racial groups. That's by KFF in 2025. So, despite global advancements in medical technology, indigenous populations consistently experience poorer health outcomes than non-indigenous citizens. This disparity is not merely a product of biology, but is rooted in a triple burden of infectious disease, chronic illness, and enduring legacy of colonization. To achieve health equity, we must look beyond clinical symptoms and address the systematic social determinants that govern indigenous well-being. Historical facts is the current healthcare landscape for indigenous communities is inseparable from history. Centuries of forced displacement, the suppression of traditional knowledge, and intergenerational trauma have fostered a deep-seated mistrust of government institutions. These historical traumas manifest today as socioeconomic barriers, including high rates of poverty, food insecurity, and inadequate housing, all which serve as foundational obstacles to health. Reality is the statistical gap between indigenous and non-indigenous populations is stark. On average, indigenous people face a life expectancy that is 10 to 20 years shorter than the general population. Chronic conditions such as type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease occur at disproportionately higher rates. Furthermore, mental health remains a critical concern, with elevated rates of depression and suicide often linked to the ongoing struggles of cultural identity and land rights. There's three different barriers. Three primary barriers prevent indigenous people from receiving adequate care. Geographic isolation. Many live in remote areas where specialized medical equipment and emergency services are hours away. Institutional bias. Unconscious bias within medical systems often lead to shorter consultation times and less aggressive treatment plans for indigenous patients. And of course, the lack of cultural safety. A healthcare environment that does not respect traditional healing practices or offer services in native languages can also discourage patients from seeking help until the condition becomes critical. Looking forward, right now, true progress requires a shift in providing for indigenous communities to support indigenous self-determination. Success has been most evident in community-led initiatives where local leaders manage their own healthcare facilities. By integrating Western medicine and traditional healing and ensuring cultural safety where the patient feels respected and understood, healthcare systems can begin to repair the bond of trust and close the gap in health outcomes. It has advanced a little bit more since there has been more tribal income from casinos and such, but it's still lacking in a lot of the outlying tribal nations. So on this, I hope everybody is having a blessed day and stay healthy.